this together should make a really convincing lightsaber. I think it turned out really awesome.
Doesn't that look just like a lightsaber?
That took me. That took me like 40 minutes to learn. You better enjoy it. It's time for another Star Wars video. Let's get right into it. Well, guys, you're wondering what I'm making. It's a Star Wars episode. What am I going to make? Well, I've been watching a lot of Corridor Crew. I just watched them last night, and they made a really cool rig to put up a couple iPhones on. And by doing that, they were able to make the scene from 300. But recently, they also did one where they made a special effects lightsaber, where, I guess I shouldn't say special effects, practical effects. So they sent out a little call to arms here from different YouTubers saying, hey guys, get on this, let's see if we can make other stuff.
I am now delivering the mantle of responsibility to you to create the most effective in-camera lightsaber effect possible.
So today, I'm going to be making my version of that. So for mine, I'm going to use an interchangeable aluminum pipe that I can drill and tap, put a little screw in. I could pull the blade off, put the blade back on. I could do different length blades if I wanted to. And with that, we're going to have a main drive system. We got a little motor coming in the mail, and that's going to be our main drive rod. It's going to be connected to the motor. That's going to be inside the handle, run a wire, same as they did, down the back of the handle. They'll go up my sleeve, and that will run it. We've got some little accent pieces, and this is what I did back in the day when I was making lightsabers as a kid. I actually used shower parts. All this together should make a really convincing lightsaber. So all we essentially need is a wire, a motor, and a way to drive this without it being wobbly. So that's where everything comes together. And without further ado, guys, we're gonna get putting this thing together. So let's get to it. So guys, if you watch the original movie, which you can see in a clip right up here, the tip of the lightsaber is a very distinct shape. Now, we've already figured out why the blade looks the way it looks. It is a blade that is the shape of a teardrop spinning, so you get a side profile, then a flat profile, and what that does, that creates the illusion of this thing like humming and vibrating. So if we analyze the tip, it's kind of hard to figure out what we want this thing to look like. Do we want this tip of this lightsaber to be something similar to the shape of the sword, where it goes like this? Do we want it to be more similar to this here? Do we want something in between, like that? You know, the question is we got to take a look at this, and we got to put these in the drill, spin them, and kind of take a look and see what that looks like. I feel like it's a little too big. You know, it does offer a really nice fluttery effect, but not really what we're going for. Now, if we're watching the same clip that you are, I want to say that's pretty accurate. Not as fun as some of the Bowie knife tips or anything like that, but it does seem to be a little more accurate to that really thin lightsaber blade the originals had. So I think first thing I got to do is I got to take this entire blade, thin it out a little bit, and then we're going to make the point as sharp as we can and see what we can do. So that's as thin as I really kind of dare to go. So the next step is potentially the hardest, which is going to be to take this motor here, mount it into here, and then to have the whole assembly work. Still made it too big, but that will work. step here is now that we got this piece here is all added on with our little bolts. I kind of got to decide if I want to put these strips between each bolt or I want to drill a hole in there and have the bolt recessed. Either way will look pretty good, but I'm going to start cutting these to size. That fits right between there. The nice thing about this is I can kind of set these here and then push the cap up to it. By the way, if you guys have seen the Rings of Power, let me know what you think. Tell me if you guys want to see me make something from it. I don't really know what I could make. It is the next day, guys. It is all rainy out. So today is the perfect day for me to get everything finished up. Now, if you see what we got done here, we've got all our bolts in. Now with each one of these bolts behind that, as you saw, was a nutsert that allows this to stay very, very stable, along with the fact that we can remove it if we need to. And then each of these little piano key looking things is going to be our handle straps that we're going to stain darker color. They'll be gone through with a bolt on this side and glued on the other. Next step after that is just to paint everything and wire it up. And since the wiring isn't very hard, essentially it's just going to be positive and negative. And then somewhere in the line here, I'm going to put a little switch that I can adjust. And then we're basically all done. The actual complicated part of it is pretty much finished for us. The only thing we got to do is basically put it all together, make it look like a lightsaber, wrap the blade, and then we're good to go. So, a few more things, but let's get to it. So the lightsaber handle is done. All of the pieces for the handle are screwed on, which means this is stable here. The motor is sticking out of the end, and there's a little bit of epoxy on this side that is being glued on. These are actually going to get stained, so we'll have some nice wood accents on here. The cap on the end will go over it and be glued on. Now the big thing for me to do next is I got to start doing some painting of some accent pieces. So we're going to switch gears. Hey guys, check it out. The handle is done. A little bit of glue is still drying, but the next steps are for me to make the power pack that sits on my belt and to do the wiring in here so I can glue this on. I tried to add what I would assume in Star Wars world would be a couple personal touches. I got like a little tie on here, going for a kind of a Japanese theme. I got some kanji written out in Japanese, just as Star Wars on it. I thought it'd be kind of cool. Like maybe they have a little space Sharpie and they're writing something on there, you know. And I don't know why it's Japanese in space, but I just really like the look of it. So I'm not gonna argue with you. You do what you want. Your lightsaber. So we get the old soldering iron going and see if we can finish this up here, and then from there it's just testing it out. So let's get to it. And with that, guys, that is the final solder for this build. I'm happy because I don't like soldering that much. If you remember the Darksaber video, which you can check out up here, another Star Wars one, that was so much soldering, it was mind-boggling. So now this is all done, we just got to kind of throw the pieces together. The handle's over there drying. And tomorrow, when it's a little better out, we are going to try to give this thing a try. But basically all the parts are done, so just got to wait a little bit. And yeah, we'll see how it is. Catch ya in a few seconds when this video transitions over to the next part. Okay guys, let's plug this thing in and see how it works. Wow, man, that's cool. From the view, from looking at it, it doesn't look shiny at all, but from the viewfinder, it really looks like it. Yeah, that is a practical effect. Now I can see where you would have to go in and touch it up a little bit. I might go get some more of the reflective tape and put a strip of the white right down the center, that might help it a bit to get that red and white glow. I think we got it, guys. Wow, check that out. Boy, that's cool. I think I need a little bit more towards the tip though. Wow, guys, check that out. Doesn't that look just like a lightsaber? Kind of, I think. Looks like one to me. And it's all practical effect. Ah, it's pretty cool, guys. Man, it'd be nice. I think if it was a little less dark out, I think I'd be able to make this effect work. I think that's all for tonight, guys. I'll see you in the morning when we try this out, or the next day, or the next evening. Who knows? But I think this is a success. Try not to fall off the bridge. Expert level. Okay guys, I mean, check this out. This is the coolest thing ever. I mean, you know, compare this right now to, in a second, I'm gonna have Aiden edit an Adobe After Effects over this. So if you guys are ready, it is this awesome practical effect versus this. Yeah, not so cool, is it? I mean, it's cool, but like, this is a practical effect. This is awesome. I'm sure Aiden's doing it right now. Thanks, Aiden. Thanks, bud. Thanks a lot. You're the best. Not me, you. Anyways, guys, I had a lot of fun filming this and making this thing. I think it turned out really awesome. I would like to know what you guys think of this with it spinning, if I can find the button, versus my dark saber. I don't know if it's even a comparison anymore. Let's try it without the lights on. It does have the effects and sounds, which is cool, but I don't know. I kind of like the practical effects one. Seems a little cooler to me. That right there is what I should have been using, it looks like. Man, that looks good. Anyways, guys, let's be honest. A lot of big movies are going to CGI, and let's not put that down. I mean, CGI, I've seen some amazing movies with CGI. They look really, really good. But I don't think as filmmakers, as YouTube video creators, content creators, and just in general, children growing up today, I do not think we should forget about practical effects. It's like a science experiment, you know? I mean, it is so awesome. The idea of bouncing light off of something. Who came up with this? I mean, someone will probably find out in the comments. If you know, let me know. But whether it be The Thing in, what was it, like 1985, or Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey, I mean, there is some amazing practical effects out there, guys, and I want to try to create them all if I can. Anyways, guys, this has been awesome. I better get out of here before I break this thing again. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And what are you doing watching a YouTube video on a Friday night? Get out of here. Go take your wife on a date. Get out of here. Go on the town. It's on me. See you guys. Oh my gosh, it's BB-8 from Star Wars. Ah! What are you doing? This is my shot, my B-roll. Get out of my B-roll. Well, anyways, there's the lightsaber, guys. Thumbnail time, I think.